Imagine every telescope on Earth suddenly pivots toward the same tiny star. At first, it looks like just another distant system, but as calculations arrive from observatories across the world, the physics stop making sense. The planet orbiting this star has oxygen, oceans, and gravity nearly identical to Earth. But one measurement changes everything. Time on this world moves at a different speed. According to every equation known to modern science, 1 second experienced on Earth equals nearly 1,000 seconds on that planet. If a person stood on that surface for a single year and then returned, they would find that thousands of years had vanished back home. The math suggests that any mission to the surface is a one-way trip into the distant future of the human race. Governments immediately seal every document related to the discovery. Under the classified name Project Chronos, military satellites begin monitoring the system while the public is told nothing. Somewhere beneath a mountain, a small team of physicists realizes they aren't looking at a planet, they are looking at a clock. This creates a unique problem for spaceflight. Humanity develops the fastest spacecraft ever constructed, not to explore, but to survive the landing. There is only one chance to touch the surface and get back before everyone on Earth is dead. Commander Elias Kane is the pilot chosen for the mission. He is given a simple, rigid protocol: stay on the surface no longer than 6 hours. Every minute he spends walking on that world costs him months of his life back home. Before he leaves, his daughter asks him if he'll still be there when he returns. He says yes, but both of them are looking at the same mission clock. If he delays by even a few hours, she will grow old and die before he even clears the atmosphere for his return flight. The mission relies entirely on precision. The spacecraft disappears into the darkness, carrying a man who is trying to outrun the passage of centuries. After crossing unimaginable distances, the planet appears. It looks like a forgotten version of Earth, filled with white cloud systems and green forests stretching across mountains taller than Everest. Elias enters the atmosphere and touches down. As Elias steps out and takes his first breath of the planet's air, several minutes pass back on Earth. While he is just beginning to walk, the people in mission control are already watching their own lives move forward. Elias explores a valley filled with trees that shimmer like glass. Nearby, he finds a village of stone houses and smoke rising from chimneys. The people look almost human, dressed in simple woven clothing. They don't run. Instead, they bow as he approaches. An elderly woman places flowers at his feet and speaks a sentence his translator struggles to process. Finally, the device produces a translation. The Skywalker has returned. Elias has never been here before, yet the translation suggests these people have been expecting him. Their language already has a specific name for his arrival, implying that their history is moving so fast that his descent from the sky has already become a legend. Elias returns to the landing site to collect samples. Exhausted by the landing and the strange encounter, he decides to rest for 30 minutes outside the spacecraft. The breeze is warm, and the environment feels peaceful. Back on Earth, 30 minutes pass in the control room. The scientists wait for the next update, watching a static feed. To them, it is a brief, mundane break in the mission. While Elias sleeps, the planet's history accelerates. This chart shows the gap. As Earth moves forward by half an hour, the civilization outside the ship enters the Bronze Age, develops iron tools, and begins building empires. In the time it takes for a human to take a short nap, the entire social structure of the world has been replaced. The era he stepped into just 30 minutes ago has already been buried under centuries of progress. Elias wakes up to total silence. When he looks toward the valley, he drops his equipment. The simple stone houses and primitive dirt paths are completely gone. A massive stone city now stands in its place. He sees towers stretching into the sky, paved avenues, and enormous plazas. In the time it took him to blink, a primitive tribe has become a sprawling civilization. Elias turns his camera toward the city. Back on Earth, the control room falls silent as the scientists realize their mathematical models are now a visible reality. They are watching a planet's entire history unfold in a single afternoon. The massive gates of the city slowly open, and an army of thousands marches out into the valley, dressed head to toe in shining armor. Behind them, a king riding a golden chariot approaches Elias. The king stops, climbs down, and walks toward the pilot. Elias can only watch. He is a frozen statue to them, a frozen being whose life lasts for their entire history. He cannot participate in their growth. He can only see the results of their centuries-long development. The mighty king approaches Elias and slowly kneels. The soldiers behind him follow suit, bowing toward the spacecraft. There is no sign of aggression, only a deep generational reverence. The king places an ancient, weathered book at Elias's feet. The leather is cracked and worn from centuries of handling, passed down through generations of leaders. The cover of this book bears the emblem of the spacecraft Elias arrived in. It is the exact mission patch he wears on his shoulder. This civilization has been waiting for thousands of years for the return of the man standing before them. To Elias, he landed an hour ago. To them, his arrival was the event that started their history. The Chronos clock phenomenon reveals a terrifying and strange truth about relativity.